Nation Sports Wrap-Up Show.
Welcome to the Hill Country Nation Sports Wrap-Up Show here on the mid-level of the Empire and Jam Broadcasting Empire. Got a treat here for you tonight. It's broadcasting, as you can hear right there, back to me being the sponsor here tonight as well. But yeah, that's all right. All right. Well, 21 more days until kickoff time, and other teams take to the gridiron and play a good ball, man.
Turn it down.
What?
Turn it down.
What?
Your music was way too loud. I didn't hear any of your intro.
I can't hear you. What?
Can you hear me now?
I see Carson.
Dude, that intro was way too loud this time.
Well,
man.
dang it, Sue. You couldn't hear me or anything?
I could hear you talking, but I couldn't hear the.
Welcome back to the Hill Country Nation Sports Wrap-Up Show, episode 8 here from the Jam Broadcasting Empire. We got a big treat here for you tonight, and 21 days till kickoff. Trey, what do you think? Is that better?
Oh, that was a lot better, dude. I missed my intro there. But, man, I'm excited. Like you said, we're actually 3 weeks from tomorrow. Games start to count. School's in session in 2 weeks. I'm excited. Football's here. I can't wait, especially to interview this guy. And as you can see, my daughter's eating her Subway sandwich behind me, but whatever. Awesome. But I am excited to interview this man right here. Second-year head coach out of this school. I'm excited. Let's not wait any more time. Let's get right into it. I have a lot of questions for this coach.
Talk about none other than Scott Freeman of the Junction Eagles. Hey, I tell you what, he's a family man. He's a husband, a father, and a father to so many others, especially right there on the gridiron. And, of course, who could ever forget the very, very first interview we've ever done? Man, look at that Grizzly Adams right there. And then there's me. Just teasing there, Coach. Yeah, and then, of course, the big victory, the very first victory for Coach Freeman as a Junction Eagle. So let's just bring him on in. We're going to welcome Coach Scott Freeman to the show. Welcome, Coach Freeman. How you doing today?
Good. How are y'all doing today?
We are doing well. I'm trying to figure this. Yeah, in fact, we'll do this. And then this. I just want to get Coach on the bottom there. It ain't going to work. All right. Anywho, how you doing today, Coach?
I am good, guys. How are y'all doing?
Doing well. Man, it is getting close and close, and this is your second year as the AD and the head coach for the Junction Eagles. Talk about the what's the locker room atmosphere like right now between you and your coaches?
It's been a lot of fun. You know, my entire staff on the boys' side stayed the same this year. A lot of guys I'm very familiar with. I brought 2 with me from Comanche. They were the coach with us there. I got one guy that I worked with at Ballinger and Brady that came with us. We have Coach Long, who's been here for the longest tenured boys coach right now, about I think 5 or 6 years. And then Coach Strickland is able to hire him as our boys and girls track coach, and he coaches linebackers and special teams for us. He's phenomenal. He does a great job. And then we have Coach Plumley, who is a Junction boy, and then Coach Mercer, who actually I coach. So now I get to feel kind of old on that end. One of my ex-players is coaching for me. So, but it has been fun. You know, we all know each other well. It's a lot of fun in our coaches' meetings, coaches' offices. Probably a little too much fun at times, but they work hard, they love kids, and I couldn't be more proud of them.
I'm sorry about the slowness of Trey right there.
Dude, I'm not slow. I was doing your job for you. I've been, sharing. And if you have questions, comments you want to ask me, Coach Scott Freeman, put them in the comment section. I'll read them out loud. Like, share, check our YouTube page. Anyway, back to Scott Freeman.
There you go.
Second year head coach in Junction. Last year was kind of a COVID kind of year, filling out. This year it feels like we're back to normal and everything. Just talk about the differences you've seen so far this year and from this year and last year, and what you take away from last year's team that you're going to bring to this year?
Well, I think the biggest thing is just, we had a lot of freshmen start for us last year, especially those last 3 ball games. I think we had 6, sometimes 7 freshmen on the field at one time. So they're all sophomores now, and they're battle tested. So their experience has really been great during 2-a-days right now. And then we don't have a huge senior and junior class, but the kids out there are working hard and being great leaders for us. And we're going to have to play a young team this year. But, honestly, by grade, yeah, we're young. But by experience, most of those kids started or played in all team games last year. So we are pretty experienced on that level.
Coach, when you're talking about, like with the experience in your roster, you lost some players last year, but you're returning so much more with like you say, that experience. Who's standing out right now? Like for your leaders, because you got some seniors that are coming up. What does it mean to have those seniors on your squad this year, and how to be that leader and those captains for the younger players that are just kind of getting their feet wet, but at the same time, some of those guys returning that are young?
Sure. We have, our seniors are Reagan Levine and Rafa Benavidez. He's our big lineman, state powerlifter kid. And then we actually, added a senior with Keenan Townsend. He was a good basketball player for us last year. He decided to play football, and he is a good-looking kid. He's 6'4", probably about 220, and really looks the part. So we're excited to see what he can do when he steps on the field. Juniors, we have 2 linemen that are juniors, Gavin and Richard, and they've been doing a great job working hard offense and defense. And then we have Alicia, who's been doing a really good job on the defense side in the secondary for us. But sophomores, that's where our classes start getting big. They're in our incoming freshmen. So, Caden Roberts, Angel, Cruz, they've done a great job stepping up, leading our backfield. Aiden Cardwell, he hit a growth spurt. He got really strong over the spring and summer. So we're excited for those guys. So, there is an excitement in Junction right now about our young kids and our older kids. They're doing a good job of showing those young guys what to do, being here every day, knowing, how to practice, how to study practice film, how to study game film. So it's been really, we're only 4 days in, but it's been very, very fun. So we're excited.
Yeah, Coach, you talk about the people coming back next year. I was just looking at your schedule this year. Your non-district schedule, I'm not going to lie, it's looking kind of tough. But that's going to be good because you're in a tough district for you as well this year, as all your teams in the district from previous districts last year all made the playoffs. Talk about how your non-district schedule this year is going to help you prepare those younger players and motivate them, and how it's going to help them when come district play.
Sure. Basically what we wanted to do is we knew getting the playoffs was going to be difficult as far as the other 4 teams there. So we really had to, in our non-district, really decide to play teams that, pretty comparable to us in size, but are pretty good, have good traditions. So we were going to start the year off going to De Leon, which is a good 2.5-hour road trip. And then we're going to have San Saba, who, they've been really good the last few years. And then we're going to play Dehanis, Cross Plains, and then Grape Creek, who won their district in 3A last year. So it is going to be tough, but I do think once we get through non-district, we're going to be battle tested and ready to go. Downside is we play 10 straight games without a bye. Our bye is, going to be that last week of the year. So we're going to have to be smart as coaches, know how to rest our kids when we need to. As young as we are, which again, not an excuse, but we're going to have to really manage the season, kind of on that, because week 10 is a bye. And it's a long way from now.
Coach, with that schedule, is there any particular school team or team that you're looking forward to playing more than any other?
I would say probably De Leon, just because that's a huge rivalry with Comanche. My wife's from Comanche, and I know that she's not going to let me hear the end of it if we don't pull that one out. So a lot of Comanche people will probably be texting me on that one too if we don't get it done. So that's going to be exciting. We played them a couple times when I was the defense coordinator there. So it's always kind of fun playing those guys just because of the past rivalry we've been in.
Man, speaking of rivalries, I'm from Ozona. I'm an alumni from there. I'm kind of upset I did not see an Ozona game against Junction. That was one of my best games. I love traveling to Junction. I was hoping to see that, maybe get it for a game, but no, I don't see Ozona. What's up with that?
We tried. We did try to get that in. We just could not make it out, make it work on our end. Last year we did play our sub varsity or our junior highs against each other. And that was a really good. Both games are great, and so I would love to get them on schedule next time. I think they do a great. Their coaching staff does a great job over there, and it's kind of a neat, just right down I-10, so it's not too far from us. So,
right.
And they're usually pretty big and physical, so it'd be a good test for us for sure.
See, so what I'm hearing, Trey, is that Coach Taylor was scared.
No.
I know. I have him on. I'm actually texting Coach Taylor right now.
Yeah, that's so funny.
I got to visit with him just a couple of times. We set a sub varsity game up, and then during realignment, we did wish we could get it going. But I can't remember what week it was, but I think we ended up with Great Creek, or something like that. But definitely. Try to get them on, but no, I don't think they're scared over there in those zones.
No. I just had to give Coach Taylor probably watching anyway, so I always have to give him a hard time there. Coach, when you're talking about Great Creek, that was a team a couple years ago that was just taking it on the chin, left and right. It didn't matter. They got over the hump, winning one of their last game back a couple years ago, and then looking at that experience. And he was a brand new coach, or one of the brand new coaches as well. Taking it, this year, I think Trey maybe already asked. I was just going to say, what is the differences between? Well, and you haven't been on the field, so that's probably a dumb, stupid question, and I don't want a Popovich answer. So we'll just forget it. I lost it. Yes, I did. There you go, Jeff. You got a question?
Is the Eagles looking for a better year than last year this coming year?
Well, we definitely, our goal is to be competitive in every game. We want to be competitive in all 10. Not to say that we weren't last year, but towards the end of the year with the injuries and all the other stuff that kind of happened, we had to start. Anytime you start 6 or 7 freshmen on the field, you're going to lose that competitive edge just a little bit. I do think this year, the way these kids are working, the way our spring went, our track season, we did a great job in track. We had a great summer. And so I think all that, and then coming out here and us just being here for a year, they know our terminology and they know what we expect. I really do think that I'm not, you never want to say wins and losses, anything like that, but I do think we're going to be competitive and really, really show flashes of what we can be. So
that's good.
You're not that's how you put it. You're used to small town life, basically, coming from what did we say it was the Tigers,
the Tigers.
White Right Tigers. Yeah. And up there, for those of you that don't know where that is, we had to look it up ourselves as well. It's up past Denison area over there in the northeastern part of Texas. How's your transition life going from, to Junction?
Well, it really started after I graduated college. My high school head coach, Chuck Lipsey, hired me in Bangs. He was the AD there. So I kind of came down this area a little bit. And then I kind of followed him around. He left Bangs and went to Brady. I followed him, and then we all went to Ballinger. And then I was able to get to go to Comanche to work for Coach Hermsmeyer, which was great. It was a chance for us at the time to get our kids back closer to grandparents. It's only 3 hours from White Rock, and my wife's dad still lives there, so that was fun. And then randomly, I saw the Junction job open one day. I'm like, you know what? I think it's time in my career. I kind of want to try to be an AD, so I put in for it. And they the superintendent at the time called me. He said, "Hey, we want to interview you, but we're going to be honest, we're going to need somebody with more experience." I said, "Well, I understand. I just want the interview experience this time, And went down, interviewed. They called me that night, offered me a job, and so I'm here. It's kind of crazy. I've never been to Junction until that time. Day I interviewed was the first time I stepped foot here, so it's kind of a neat place. But it's been great. I mean, I fell in love with this town, this community. All my coaches love it here, so it's been really fun.
And just real quick to kind of piggyback on that, but being with Bangs, Ballinger, those are playoff run teams that you were a part of, and dynamics of the way that those head coaches coach their teams. So that experience being with them, if people just now, watching and want to know, Coach Freeman is coming from a long line of great coaches. And so what they've done, it's kind of what you're wanting to bring into Junction.
Yeah, I mean, and I was fortunate enough to work for two really great head coaches, Coach Lipsy and Hermsmeyer, and they taught me a lot about how to get teams ready. Things that you don't necessarily know when you come out of college, how to run an off season, how to get your kids stronger faster, how to prepare the kids, how to treat people, and even on the business side of things. So I did feel like I was really prepared coming out. Of course, you're not always 100% prepared for some of the stuff that you have to deal with as an AD, but I do feel like working for those two men and some of even the assistant coaches I've worked for that were so successful. And, I do feel like I have been groomed and prepared for that and, for this job. And it's been good. Like I said, the other thing is I hired a great staff on the boys and girls side. Speaking of the football staff, like I said, I brought two guys with me who worked for Coach Hermsmeyer, another guy that's worked for Coach Lipsy. Coach Strickland, he's had numerous years of experience in athletic direction. I lean on him quite a bit on advice or, just vent sometimes to him. But, it's good. I think I've hired some coaches who, like I said, they love kids. They've been around very competitive and complete programs. And so I think with all of our experience, that's what we're trying to do here in Junction.
Coach, we're going to have to take a real quick break. Trey's going to come back with some questions as a matter of fact. So once we take a quick break, want to thank Curtex Motors for being our sponsor here for tonight. And if you want to know about Curtex Motors, well, here you go.
Come see me here at Curtex Motors, 212 G Street West. We'll take care of you.
Thank you for Curtex Motors for being our sponsor here tonight. And tell you what, click on the link that was in the previous post about Coach Freeman being our sponsor or our host tonight, or our guest tonight. Hold on. I have to do that sometimes during the play-by-play. Anyway, Coach Freeman's post. And so click on that link. I tell you what, Andy's Sellers has got a lot of things going on over there at Curtex Motors. Trey, let's take it away because this is our favorite part of the show.
And the sad part is you do this for a living, so your mom.
The fumbles and stumbles, so.
Okay, real quick, I got a couple of comments over here. Machia Augusta says, "Let's go Eagles." Referio Sports Network says, "What's up, JR, Trey, and Coach?" And Madeline Martin says, "Hi, Coach Freeman. Coaching any softball up there?"
Madeline, I'm not coaching softball up here yet. So Coach Silva's taking over that for us. So
and that's a good one right there too.
Yes.
We've known Coach Silva for a long time when he was in Medina. Then he went to Comfort, and now in Junction. So yeah, he's an awesome guy.
All right, the fun part, Coach. This is kind of personal questions we're going to ask you, so don't be shy.
Awesome.
I want to know, right before Thursday night, after JV games, do you eat the same meal every Thursday night?
Oh, it really honestly depends on where we're at. I mean, a lot of time it's concession stand food, unfortunately. If it's a home game, we kind of do have a neat little thing where the staff will all go to McDonald's here in Junction and kind of eat together, and that's kind of fun. But if we're away, it's just whatever we're eating. A lot of concession stand hot dogs and burgers, unfortunately.
Hey, man, those concession stand hot dogs and burgers are the best food in the world. I don't care what anyone says. Those are the best food in the world.
Oh, yeah, too many of those in my lifetime. So.
What about on Fridays, like a game day launch? Like, do you eat the same sandwich and chips or something like that, or just any kind of same lunch on Friday?
No, we're blessed here in Junction. So every Friday, the church is here. A different church will feed the boys and our volleyball team lunch. And so we kind of load them up at lunch, and we'll go have a nice, and usually it's really good home cooked meal. A lot of the times us coaches, we don't get to have that food during the season. So, and that just kind of shows you what kind of community we have. But they don't let us go hungry. I promise you. Those sweet ladies at those churches, they want us to eat. They want our boys to eat.
Yes.
We walk out of there probably full, ready for a nap a lot of the time. But, usually the nerves, I try not to eat too much because I kind of have I get a little nervous every now and again.
All right. Oh, I know I'm up. Jeez. God, don't pressure me. But anyway, okay. So after let's just say after a win on a Friday night, do you wear the same article of clothing, and is it washed or not?
I don't know if I can say it. I have game day underwear I try to wear for win, but I do wash them for sure. Try not to be gross on that end, but I do like to wear the same underwear on that end if we do win. So,
all right, here we go. This one is for Jeff.
Do you have a game day Bible verse, Coach?
Oh, there's a lot of prayers that go on Fridays, I promise you. Honestly, a verse, probably not just an exact verse exactly, but, there are a lot of prayers being said on Fridays. Just a lot of things run through your head. Obviously, you want the kids to be healthy, come out healthy. A lot of it's just for the wisdom to lead the guys, and say the right things, do the right things. But no, I wouldn't say a verse necessarily, but definitely a lot of praying going on Fridays.
Amen.
All right. 2022 season has officially started with practice this week. Us here at Hill Country Nation want to know what your 2022 Junction Eagles motto is for this season.
We really haven't talked too much about the motto. I guess as a weakness, that's probably one of my things is, all these sayings that some people have are great. Sometimes they're just sayings, but I think, on all of our coaching shirts this year, I kind of put Eagle Pride and Junction Pride. That's kind of, I think if we have a motto, it's going to be pride. I want our kids to be proud to be from Junction. When they graduate, I want them to be proud they went through our program. I want our community to be proud of what our kids and our coaches are accomplishing and doing every day. So I think if we bring that sense of pride back to Junction, it's a very prideful town, it's a football town. And so we're trying to bring that pride back and sustain it. And so, and you can tell, it was pretty neat last year during the season. All the businesses kind of had different words of their school song on their billboard. So that was pretty cool to have. Friday nights in Junction are different. There's a lot of people at our games that the big J on the hill's lit up. And so it's a prideful town. And I want our kids to be proud of that, proud of where they're from. I want our community members to be proud of us and what we're doing. So if I had to pick one word or one motto, it would be pride this year.
Do I have permission to go over there and put an R next to the J?
You know what? I can work something out on that.
No, I couldn't do that, but thank you, though. I appreciate that.
No problem.
Coach, all right, we got to get some more here a little bit. So what is this thing that we understand about Red Bull? You gotta have that Red Bull.
I wouldn't say I have to have it. My coaches like giving it to me. They think it's funny when I drink one. Like I said, I have kind of I wouldn't say a nervous personality, but I have, Friday nights you're going to have nerves. We started doing that in Comanche on Friday night. So we'll down a Red Bull, and then that's probably the worst thing for me. I'm high strung as it is, and that just takes me over the top sometimes. And so I'm pretty jittery, and I think those coaches just think it's funny to do that to me. So.
All right, it's the big one here that everybody is wanting to really know if it's true. How afraid of spiders are you?
I'm not sure who you talk to on that end. I don't know if it's a big secret. I wouldn't say I'm afraid of spiders. I don't like spiders. I like spiders from a distance. As long as they're not within 100 feet of me, I'm all right. So But I wouldn't say afraid. I'm not afraid of a little insect. So.
Coach, you're a big guy. These spiders are a little tiny. I just want, why are you afraid of spiders? Like, I'm not afraid, but like, why do you not like them? They kill bugs, they kill mosquitoes, they're good for the environment.
So in where I'm from in Northeast Texas, brown recluses are big. And so when I was a kid in high school, I got bit in the cheek. I was sleeping, and it got just gross and all that. And I still have a hole I can put a needle through in my cheek. And so again, I'm not scared of them. Don't think I'm scared. But I don't like them at all. I promise you on that.
So what is the one spider story that you can tell us that we may or may not already know?
Oh, I'm not sure which one you know. There's a bunch of them. So I don't know which one you may know already.
But the pranks keep coming, though, don't they?
They again, the coaches, they think it's funny sometimes to put some dead spiders around in certain spots. But I will tell you one story that I don't know. You probably don't know this, but we were driving, my wife and I were going to some FCA banquet on a Sunday when I was at Bangs, and my athletic director was with me, and there was a spider on my seatbelt, and I dang near crashed a car trying to get it off. Worms everywhere, and I jumped a curb, and so it was pretty bad, and it ended up being like a little bitty mini spider like that. Yeah. So it's just it's a little embarrassing.
Your wife, Amy Freeman, says, "Oh, he's scared. There was a tiny one in the car, and he almost you just said."
That's awesome.
She thinks that's a funny story. She thinks that's funny.
Oh man, Coach, we're kind of getting winding down here for the show, and we are so honored to have you on our show. And, in your second year, we can't wait to get some Junction Eagles game of the weeks. We got some kind of mapped out and everything right now, and see where the chips may fall on those. But what makes Coach Freeman, Coach Scott Freeman?
I got to go back to my family, from a young age, watching my parents work hard. That kind of instilled a hard work mentality in me. My wife and kids, obviously I want to show my kids, what hard work is. And my wife, she is one heck of a coach's wife. She understands the long hours we put in, probably gets frustrated every now and again with me not being home and her having to be a single parent during this time, but she handles it extremely well. And so my family makes me, they really do. The coaches that we have make me, we're all in this together. It's not just a one man thing at all. It's just a collaborative effort of my family and my coaches. I do think as a coaching staff, we're very tight. We are a family. And so anytime you can have that kind of atmosphere is always fun. We have kids running in and out of this field house nonstop. Almost every one of us have young kids. So coaches gatherings are pretty fun. All of our kids are good friends. We're good friends. And so, and I think the kids see that. They see us, how we get along. We get mad at each other every now and again, but we always, like families do, we make up and we love each other. And so, all those guys, they make me. So.
Okay, real quick, JR. Adam Paul Carr says, "Let's go Eagles." And Junction Eagle Booster Club says, "We love Coach Freeman. And we're so proud to have him and his family in Junction."
Well, they are the best booster club in the state of Texas. I promise you that. They are awesome. They do a great job.
I tell you what, there's so much pride when it comes to Junction, and I am not going to lie. There is a lot of pride. This was from the first year of Coach Freeman's year. Of course, I get a little hat merch right there, but I'm hoping that you can see it. But that thing's a monster. I mean, that could cover my car, Coach, and we appreciate that. That's the biggest flag. I mean, that eagle looks so intimidating, and at the same time, it's majestic.
It is. Like I said, Junction has a lot of pride here, and so we're trying to bring that back. Get everyone back on, on our, not on our side, but get everyone proudful again. Get everybody excited about football. Get everybody excited about just our athletics in general. So, I'm blessed to be here for sure.
The very last segment of the show is called Ante Up. So here we go. It's all about Ante Up on the merch. So you gave us a big flag. It's awesome. and a couple of hats, which is awesome. I mean, this is one I just want to put in the frame or one of those boxes and have you sign it. That's how much I like this hat. But we got some ante-ups from Comfort and in Bandera. So we're now at a helmet. How possible is it for us to get a helmet here for Hill Country Nation and to have that displayed in our studio?
I think that you come down for a game of the week, and I can guarantee that's going to happen. So we'll make it work. We'll give you one of the white helmets we're displaying this year for the first time in a while, and so it's pretty cool. So
what are you going to ante up one more?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, definitely a helmet. We got some brand new hats that are really awesome.
There you go.
They're pretty neat game hats we'll have for you, and then definitely you text me your sizes, and we'll have you some Junction Eagle shirts for sure, all of you. So,
mine's the easiest. I'm a peanut head. That's just all there is to it.
Not with that hair. Not with all that hair anymore.
That's going to be gone before you know it. So,
whatever the other schools are doing, we'll give you just a little bit more. I promise you that. So
there you go.
Real quick, I want to say, y'all just redid y'all's basketball floor, and it looks nice.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, we did. We actually redid the high school gym and our rock gym, the old rock gym. We're going to start playing our junior high volleyball and basketball games back over there this year. It looks awesome. But we are the only school I know of that has an old gold track now. So if you're ever down in Junction, come check out that track. It's old gold. It's going to have black lines. It's really going to pop. It's going to be beautiful. So we're very excited about that.
That is awesome.
Awesome, JR. Junction Eagle Booster Club chiming in on the merch thing. They said a bucket hat.
There you go.
A what hat?
A bucket hat.
Oh yeah! Boom! There you go. Thank you. That is awesome. I'll wear it with pride. All right, Coach. Thank you again so much. We are so honored to have you here. It's been an awesome show. Yeah, we appreciate it. We cannot wait to see you back on the field and everything as well. That's always our exciting time as well. And we appreciate you.
Guys, I appreciate it. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, Coach.
Can't wait to see you in Junction.
Yes, sir.
All right, go Eagles.
Go ahead.
I was going to say go Eagles. Let's go.
Go Eagles. There you go. Coach Scott Freeman of the Junction Eagles right here on the Hill Country Nation Sports Wrap-Up Show. Just a little quick reminder that hopefully here soon, once the season starts, we'll start having some highlight shows right here, which would be awesome, kind of back in the day way, huh, Jeff?
Yes, sir.
There you go. All right, we want to thank Jam Broadcasting for just the awesomeness that they are. And, of course, we are broadcasting on 3 radio stations throughout the Hill Country for the Hill Country Nation Game of the Week plus the internet. So we appreciate them. And then also want to thank Curtex Motors being today's sponsor. Just click on the links, and I'll tell you what, he's got a whole slew of cars and trucks and everything else just at the right price. Curtex Motors is where it is. All right, that is going to do it. We appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. Make sure that this music here is not too loud. There we go. All right. You guys are great. We love you. And as always, we're always going to say, Rob, good night. God bless you. And we are out of here.